So David, can you just give us an overview of the University Trading Challenge? What's it about? What is the competition?
So this competition was divided in 3 different parts. Okay, the first one consisting in a long-term portfolio challenge, the second one in a short-term exchange, and the third one in a case study presentation. The long-term portfolio challenge we carried on in the space in the time of what, a month?
Yeah, a month.
Yeah.
Around a month, yeah.
While the short-term exchange challenge, we just did it briefly on the day of the competition itself at Coventry University. It took pretty much, I would say, around an hour.
Okay, and have any of you been in that environment before in the real world, or?
I've had like a day experience at Morgan Stanley. Luiza here actually worked at JP Morgan, so for a summer internship.
I've done a summer internship. I was in trade support, so it's not something new for me. I've already had experience. So I've worked in commodities, particularly oil, gas, emissions. So the short-term trading, it was just a simulation with specific software. So we've been trading on different equities, say retail companies like Next, Burberry. The second part was commodities, specifically metals, gold, silver, and copper. So first part, we've been trying to adjust to that, and we haven't done that well, but second part went much better because we get used to the system and we've like tried the taste, and we've done much better in the second part with commodities. So it was a great experience.
We got picked to third place, but it was relatively close, like very small gap. And in terms of the actual presentation challenge, we all worked as a team to actually come up with solutions for the questions that they asked. And the presentation challenge was split into 2 people will present and 2 people will actually answer questions, and we divided that between us. The short-term trading challenge is basically individual, you're on your own. So it was how well you do as an individual, and that counts towards the group because they collated the profits or losses that you made individually into the actual group.
I imagined it as a sort of Dragon's Den type scenario. Was it a bit like that?
So literally, I don't know. It went well with David. So he started first part about risks, talking about risks. Then I taken the second part about hedging solutions. So we've split that presentation in 2 parts. So it went well, and then afterwards there was a questions Q&A session. Derrick and Jayson took responsibility on that. They've done amazing. It was very good because all of the answers were precise and concise, I would say. Judges were amazed with answers as well.
Do you think it has made a difference in terms of your career, your career prospects?
Well, apart from the things we have learned by directly working on it, I mean, just by preparing the case study presentation, I learned so many things, mind-blowing, simply. But actually, this experience can give us simply an edge. It isn't much. I mean, we've been working for pretty much a month on it, and really hard for a few days. But can give us an edge because we can put in our CV, and it can also help us in the future. It will definitely also help us in the future if we want to take this path in our career.
It gives you a great insight as to everything financial. It gives you insight on doing case studies, which we've mentioned as being quite beneficial when doing the application processes. My favorite aspect was a long-term challenge because that's what I'd like to do. I've done it privately as well, so that sort of gave me an edge.
Just for people that don't know, can you just say what the long-term, just explain the
long-term trading challenge, it consisted of, I think 24 rounds or something, like a month span, and every day we were allowed to make a trade on 7 individual asset classes. So we had Apple stock, gold, oil, coffee, German bonds, and what was the last one? The euro to the US dollar pair. And every day we were allowed to make 1 trade per asset, and so at the end we I think came to 6.4 million profit or something, which was quite impressive. But what I liked about it was first off doing the research, looking on the news and stuff to see what the markets were doing on that particular day, and then seeing how each asset class moved with relation to one another. That's what I found the most interesting.
Jayson, who's unfortunately not here at the moment, he helped us quite a bit because he does economics and accounting, so he has the whole like valuation and that knowledge basically, which helped us essentially decide whether to go. I mean, for the presentation challenge at the end, we had to make a pitch and do a proposal whether to finance the new venture through equity or debt, and using his valuation techniques and using his knowledge about the balance sheets actually quite helped us a lot decide where we're actually going to finance the actual new venture from.
If we managed to give all the numbers needed for the case study presentation, it's really thanks to him.